Yo, yo, yo. Yo, everybody in the world. Everybody in the world. Everybody in the world. Feel that. Won't gonna feel that. Motherfucker, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I'm that guy with the pizza pie, with the pepperoni and the anchovy and the green onion and the green pepper. Oh yeah, man, I'll eat it forever. Yeah, I said it, call me crazy. I'm still making beats on the fucking daily. They told me no, yeah, I said yes, yeah, I'm back cause I'm the fucking best. Yo, tell me the ball, say less. I'm a G.O., won't you play less? I see you shaking in your shoes, these beats are making. For the crew, no, I'm not faking. Not for you, Dr. Nate about to fucking make you lose. Yeah, I'm a boss, call me Rick Ross with a gun tucked and a sword lost. That Gucci bang gonna make you sang that Gucci life, yeah, get it right. Boom! What up, everybody in the room? I am silent. No, I don't think I am, Elma. I think you can hear me loud and clear. Woo! What's up, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome, 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 welcome. Today, I'm going to be doing something. Oh, cancel that. Today, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different than my typical live streams. Today is going to be all about breaking down every round that I did in the SPACETIME Fantasy Legends battles. If you guys have been keeping up, we just did a little live stream with Swiss Beatbox about an hour ago. I went and I ate a piece of toast, and now I'm back. And yeah, we're going to be, I'll turn myself up a little bit. I realize, yeah, it might be a little bit quiet for you guys. But yeah, I'm going to be going through the SPACETIME Legends battles today. So if you guys could please press like on the video, share this video with your friends, tell other people. I'm going to be going through and just kind of breaking down what I'm doing in every single round. You know, maybe I'm not going to do crazy in-depth tutorial for each individual sound and technique, but I'm going to go pretty in-depth. I want to spend some time on each one. So, yeah, if you guys want to take a journey with me into the SPACETIME Legends beatbox battle, we're going to watch through my rounds, and I'll tell you guys kind of like, you know, my perspective on it, where it comes from, and, you know, try to help you guys out, maybe get a little inspired and start doing some of these techniques yourself. So without further ado, make sure you guys, like I said, please press like on the video. Get as many people in this stream as humanly possible. And we're going to get into these battles here in just a moment. We're going to turn that advertisement off because I hate ads. I really do. I hate ads.
Answers online.
Oh, no. Shut up. So I go first in every battle other than Vocoder, which is cool. Ooh, that's loud. Super loud. Okay, where are we at here? So this is my battle against Gene, I'm pretty sure. So in this one, I chose to do something a little more melodic bass line. I mean, I posted this idea on my YouTube like 2 months ago. It was called like New Ideas or something like that. Yeah, it was called New Ideas. So you might have heard this one already, but I'll break down what exactly is going on here. So let's listen to the intro and see what it sounds like. All right. Man, why didn't Gene tell me I had a booger hanging out of my nose? Okay, so the intro, pretty simple conceptually, but I got a deep voice, so that helps a lot. So basically, what's up, Mix Effects? We're out here, we're breaking down every single round that I did in the SPACETIME Legends battle. Okay, so basically, So first thing that you got to learn is how to do a lip bass and sing the same note at the same time and have them harmonize. What I'm doing there, classic Gene technique, he's the master at it, is I'm going with a lip bass. I'm just going like with my lips. No voice, and you got to get that tone. I do mine out the side a little bit. Gene does his like directly through the middle. I do mine out the side, but basically you want to be able to get a consistent lip bass. And you just want to be able to get one consistent note. And once you got that, you want to learn to sing the same note over top of that. So it goes from it adds definitely a lot more like humanness to it, adds a little bit of texture. So the other thing that I do with that, and this is pretty basic, it doesn't get much more complicated, is I just do a chord that doesn't change. And some people will call that a power chord, like if you play guitar. I'm not sure if that's 5 or 7 above it. I think it's 7. So you got to learn how to sing the same note on top of your lip bass, and then sing a 7 on top of it, a power chord. And then basically the melody kind of speaks for itself. Wait, let me listen to it one more time. So okay, so basically with your voice, you're going just up normally, da da da, but then the lip bass, it has to go. So it creates a power chord on the other two, but you're not necessarily changing your voice. You're just bringing your lip bass down 7 notes. Where if you did it normally, it would be. But you got to bring that lip bass down. You hear the difference. And then the other one is not a chord, it's just. A little something like that. So that's basically the intro, and then you bring in the outward K snare with that. That's doing my K snare on both sides. So a lot of that is just having control over your. Oh, I just shook the camera. Sorry. A lot of that is just having control over those lip bass tones and your voice on top of those lip bass tones. So get into the next part where I do some lippity lip rolls, lippity lips. I made that sound nice. Okay, so that part is getting a little crazy. Some crazy bass techniques, but I'll break it down for you. basically I'm doing the sub bass lip roll for the first two. And that second one is they're both pretty low. And you got to learn the sub bass lip roll to be able to do that. There's tons of tutorials on that lip roll. There's a lot. And then so I'm not necessarily going to go into training that right now because that's a sound that is going to take time. But yeah, for that, it's basically your classic sub bass lip roll, just pitched down pretty low. And then the third lip roll, it's called a hollow one, but I don't consider it to be hollow. So it's like I'm doing a little bit of voice with it, where it's like you, and it's a really low, just drag lip roll, we'll call it. And then once you get that low, you start pulling in your voice and using your lungs, build up a little bit of pressure. And like the more you kind of finesse that, you can make it just about having the clean lip bass, less voice, or you can have more voice, which, has its uses. So, and then that K snare. So that K snare is basically a double K. So the first one is in your throat, and then the second one is an inward K. But I kind of I close my teeth like, and I let the resonance of the second snare really go through my teeth. So it's not, that's normally open mouth, but I close my teeth and let the sound go through my teeth in the back. Yeah, and it has like a really cool sounding dynamic to it. I was gonna say using saliva, but it's actually not. Like it's not really using any saliva, which is warning. This stream is gonna be 16 plus. We're talking about saliva and how to use it. This is not for under 15. I'm kidding, guys. Whatever age you're at, this is fine. But yeah, it's not really, it sounds like it a little bit, but it's like, it's not using your saliva. It's just your mouth is naturally moist. Your mouth is wet on the inside. So it's like, yeah, you're kind of taking advantage of the wetness. I don't know. Yeah, that's. And that second build up, I'm basically just doing the lip bass again, just doing a little bit of melodic playing, a little bit of melodic gymnastics there. Yeah, that I actually would have done it differently if it was up to me. I mean, it obviously is up to me, but yeah, I would have kept one consistent bass. So like, but I did. I was pitching the bass up with the voice, but what I would have wanted to do is keep one consistent bass. not what I did. A little bit of a mistake, but also it's just that's what I felt. Yeah, I was going to say this a little bit earlier, but it is really nice to have your inward K on the same side that you do your lip roll. It's definitely going to help a lot. As D'Lo said in his reaction, your pitch was perfect, best round of the event. Wow, I didn't know D'Lo said that about me. I didn't know D'Lo liked me, but that's so nice of him to say. Shout out to D'Lo, man. He's a fucking master of the craft. He's so good. But yeah, so basically, so that first lip roll, the hardest part about that is getting everything to be phonetically harmonizing with each other. So for your like, yeah, you just want everything to be able to fit a certain scale. If you can't do it as low as I'm doing it, try to do it a little bit higher. That might help. So that first lip roll is just your basic with a kick, and then this is the fun part. So it's actually pretty easy. Shout out to Freddie Beats, who taught me this technique out there in Spain, and I'm definitely using it. So it's basically your normal like. Just in and out with the lip roll. But you got to add a third sound. So after you go in and out, you got to push out one more with your tongue. Almost like through it, so it's like I'm going, but through my lips. And yeah, I think that one is actually really easy once you get the concept of it. And you can also do it with just a kick. But I can't do that one as well. Freddie is really clean with that. We're unlocking secrets out here. So, and then the drop after that is basically the same as like the first one. But I throw in a little lip roll in there, which is why I say it's really, really, really helps if you do the lip roll on the same side as your K snare, because once you start getting into these parts, yeah, it's definitely a little tough. Okay, that's the first battle. Make some noise, guys. If you got any questions, please feel free to ask any questions. I see you guys in the chat. Alec, Mason, Badger, KJ. What up? Tunyo, BTX, Uvam, Naomi, Sigan Altskovi, Michelle, Nadia. What's up, everybody? If you guys got any questions, please feel free to ask. I can see everybody. But we're gonna move into the next battle if you guys are cool with that. Napalm versus Skeeler. Napalm versus Skeeler.
Make this.
Skeeler. Napalm versus Skeeler. Could you explain the Freddy thing again? Yeah, I got you. That was kind of a fast and not very detailed explanation. It's hard. It's hard for me to explain it without showing you really closely. So I'll just show you in the camera. I'll get awkwardly close. to the camera. Okay, look at this. So, look at me. Can you hear me? Boom, boom, clap, clap, boom. Okay, so basically, it's this lip roll, which everybody can do. Not everybody, I'm sorry to say that. But everybody can do it if you practice. Wait, I need to move the camera over. No, I moved it the wrong way. Okay. Okay. And then after that, you just want to add a third sound. So the third sound is just you pushing your tongue through your lips almost like looks hilarious. But you don't want to do it that enunciated. And yeah. I hope that helps you. Okay, so let's get into the next battle. Oh yeah, it looks better on that side. Let's get into the next battle. This is NAPOM versus Skeeler. So the first part, yeah, it's pretty funny.
Chill up the pain, chill up the pain, chill up. Chill up the pain, chill up the pain, chill up. The pain up top. The pain up top. The pain up top.
Okay, so basically that's pretty simple enough to explain. I start off, if you haven't heard the original beat, go listen to Skiller. He drops that in so many different battles. That's a cover of one of his beats, which he does better than me, but he said that I did it better than him, but that's so stupid because his energy that he brings with it is so proper. It's properly what it is. It's a different kind of music. Don't know how to explain. But basically, I start off with the chest bass, which I have developed pretty far. So I start off with just a little bit of chest bass, and at first it might sound like not as like a little more airy, but I just put a lot of pressure into that vibration itself. Little something like that. The Yo Hopachella, man, I don't know what he says, so I say Yo Hopachella, the pain up top. I should have mentioned that in the Swiss Beatbox stream. It was like, what do you actually say in that? Because I say Yo Hopachella, the pain up top. That's like classic what people do with music. Like you just say what you want, like, but then that's just how you sing it for the rest of your life. But anyways, so with that, I do like the yo Hopachella, but I tighten it a little bit more to get a little bit of a double voice on it. Yo Hopachella, Hopachella, the pain, Hopachella, the pain, Hopachella. Little something like that. Yeah, it's like now here we go, and then you wanna now here we go again. Yo, Hopachella, the pain, Hopachella, the pain, Hopachella, yo, Hopachella, little something like that, and then the pain up top, the pain up top, the pain up top. So, and then that Skiller roll, you're just doing TKs. It actually ends up being more like DGs. DG, like dick almost. Wow, never realized that. It's like saying dick as fast as you can. Anyways, but then you do that behind your lips. Classic technique. Yeah, that's basically the intro. Uh, pow, wow, pow, wow, yup, hop, chill up, the pain up top. Accidental outward polyphonic or intentional. Definitely for it's kind of intentional, kind of accidental. Like for this routine, for this video specifically, I wish I would have done it more intentionally. But in general, it's intentional. You know, it's not like my voice is broken and I can't not do it, but I do it unintentionally sometimes because it's like more comfortable
than doing regular throat bass. You know what I mean? Like, it's easier for me. Actually, it depends on the context. Yup, whoop, chill up, the pain up, chill up, the pain up, chill up.
You know what I mean? It's for that I would have done it more intentionally. But yep, okay, let's get into some crazy combos. Okay, I'll teach you this combo right now. All the individual sounds. I mean, the hardest two I'd say is the sucker punch and the lip roll. But if you, other than those two sounds, you guys should be able to do this. Okay, so okay, so the combo is 6 sounds repeated over and over again. And the first sound gets substituted for different things. This is just the combo on its own, not necessarily the beat. I think it's important to learn combos on their own before you start doing beats with them. So anyways, so the combo is going to be first one is that little triplet. Kick drum, sucker punch, release sucker punch, slash, close mouth, and then another kick drum. So that third sound is the hardest. It's a weird one. It's basically you doing a kick drum and then a sucker punch. And then you pull back pressure after you do the sucker punch and close your mouth. And it should create a little bit of suction and create a little bit of bass with it. And you're technically setting yourself up for the next kick drum too, because you're closing your mouth and then you do another kick drum after. So you do those 3 sounds: kick drum, sucker punch, release sucker punch, and then kick drum, D, outward K. It's like a D / a T. It's more like a D. It's always a D. So basically the second part of it, it's the same exact thing, other than you change the first kick drum to a cough snare. So it's so this beat getting into the round. It's a crazy combo. You should be able to substitute that first kick drum for a PF snare. Or an F. Yeah, And you can also substitute the sucker punch for a sip sound, but that I don't do that in this beat, so we're not going to go super deep. Okay, so for this beat, so you start off, nice long lip roll is the kick, and then when you come in with that snare, you go right into the combo. So and I'll tell you a little secret. This happens naturally and also kind of on purpose because it's just the way that you have to, I feel like I have to do it. But so whenever I go into that second lip roll, so basically that second DK I do with my lips because I'm getting ready for another lip roll, right? Because I'm gonna go. So I kind of close my lips and still create the, but through my lips. And that's basically it. I explained that whole entire combo. And then there's a couple little fills in there. Like I do a little teeth roll in there to get some breath in. But yeah. That's basically that fucking combo. Excuse me. Okay, next part. Well, this part is classic. All right, so basically, I think you can kind of hear the secret behind that. I mean, it's not a secret. It's not like that's super complicated. But the main thing is your breathing. Do you hear my breathing on that? After every single one, I'm really getting that breath in because I have to. You have to keep that consistent power and that consistent sound quality. But the concept of it is so simple. It's and you got to keep the as consistent as possible. Truth is, guys, I only do these types of beats whenever I'm high energy and I'm put on the spot to do something sick. Wow, I just realized, what the hell? 2 of those things just fell. That one just fell. What the fuck? Oh, it's just one of them. But what the hell, man? That don't look right. That don't look right. Yeah. So that's basically pretty simple. I don't want to over explain that because it's like not that difficult. It's mainly about stamina, yes, and breathing techniques. And being on time, consistent with that lip roll, and then having those kicks and snares hit on the correct placements. And then the last part is just a little difference of roll like this. And the only difference with that is I pull back a nice voiced lip roll. But I think y'all heard that beat enough in the past few years. So I'm not going to break that down super crazy. If you want to hear an in-depth breakdown of roll like this, I got a tutorial course coming out soon where I actually do a whole tutorial on that beat. But let's move on to the next battle. We got Napalm versus Alexino. This one's crazy. Shut up, Chromebook. What is Chromebook? Chromebook can suck my. All right.
Level up.
Shit, I did a lot right there already. So basically, you got I'm gonna teach two parts of that. So you got your classic drum and bass beat. So there's two different main combos in that. This is very similar to the one that we just learned. So basically, this one. Okay, so this one's a little bit tough to explain on the first time. So basically, this combo is 3 sounds. Kick drum, breathe in, sip sound. I've taught it many times on different streams and to different people. Kick drum, breathe in, sip. And it's really similar to the one that we just learned. It's the same thing, just with the sip and the breathe in and the sip are different. Just swapped. Versus. Same combo. You can learn them together very easily. So with the drum and bass pattern, you got to do something a little creative where you always double up your kicks and your snares and your stuff at the end. So whenever I do that in a drum and bass beat, so listen to the kicks. Oh, thank you so much to Michelle coming in with the $20 donation. You are too kind, Michelle. Thank you so much, Michelle Lawson. It's okay to be poor. We still love each other because it's not about money. It's about just people and loving each other and everything. Thank you so much to Michelle. Make some noise for Michelle in the chat. Okay, so with that drum and bass beat, it's so and basically you're just switching out okay, so you're basically switching out that second kick because that's where your snare is going to hit. And your cough snare kind of acts as a different hi-hat. This beat is very confusing to explain whenever I really get into it, but it's not impossible. Because you need to have that double kick for this combo to work. So it's basically, but with the 2 kicks. And then faster. Wow. And then, yeah, that I just started to do the second part of that I wanted to teach you. So that's basically the main way that I would go into that. Most comfortable is I would start with like a tooth lip roll, which is like, but you can do a regular one. What up, Ricky? Yeah, bye. But I go from a tooth one basically you go from tooth lip roll and then nice inward K snare and then inward PEH. And then you want to do a sip right after that PEH. Sip sound. Stick your tongue out with that and then pull it right back in and sip it in. And then I do that nice PF snare right after that because it usually sits on the drum beat. Yeah, crazy that I start off the round like that because there's like so much to explain already as soon as I start off. But yeah, let's listen to that again and then get into the second part of the video. Yeah. Okay, this is gonna be I gotta teach this and then I'm gonna teach the other part. Okay, so this beat is kind of situation, or this combo is kind of situational. You can only do it in certain ways where it'll like really fit the rhythm and the beat the way that it does. So okay. This is crazy. Crazy to explain. Yeah, I'm gonna upload this video, so don't worry. Don't worry, Void Beatbox. If there's anybody out there that would really want to help me with editing this, also, I'm down. Yeah, I want to put this out there because while it's relevant, and it's me reacting to myself, which is fucking all I want to do. But anyways, this is definitely a hard one to explain. Okay, so first thing that you got to learn is that combo. So it's basically kick drum, outward K, K snare that's with a hollow click. It's not just it's a hard one. It's definitely a hard one. And then a cough snare right after it. You got to learn how to get those sounds together. You got to learn how to oh, sick, Void. Maybe hit me up on Instagram. Especially if you want to learn how to do this, that would be like perfect. Perfect, because you can just edit it how you would want to learn it yourself. But anyways, let me keep going. Just send me a message, man. I'd be happy to talk with you about it. So basically, yeah, you got that combo. And then you want to be able to switch that kick drum for like an F sound, PF. I mean, you could substitute other things, but I don't really do that. Oh, little baby spider. Boom. Fuck spiders. Fucking hate them. So basically, it's basically just that combo. With little combo, or with little like filler hi-hats in between to keep the timing, you know? So it's really this is really about placements, and then practicing those placements over and over again so that you can do it consistently. So this is like a combo that you're not going to get your first time, because it's not necessarily about it being crazy hard, like technicality wise. It's just really hard placement wise in the beat, because it's like it's not natural placement until you practice it over and over again. So basically, you start off with the bass, just like you're doing any normal drum and bass beat. So that's me changing the combo up a little bit too. So rather than going, I'm going hi-hat F. Actually, I changed the combo a lot. It's just mainly you got to practice all these different individual ones, because you got to know how to put these different sounds in a different context and make them work together. So I explained the clop. It's a K snare and a hollow with a K snare. Yeah, I think that's as good as I can break it down without really going into detail about every single individual sound. Is breaking it down slowly, because the sounds themselves, I'm not doing any crazy sounds. It's just different, intricate, simple combos. Like there's a BDB in there. That's kind of like a BDB with a PF snare. It's all about those little intricate fillers that you need to make consistent and comfortable. Because like I said, whenever I first did that, it's not like I had that idea and I was able to do it at full speed first. That's not the way that it works. You got to practice the uncomfortable stuff, like figure out the placements of it, where you want it to be, and then keep practicing that over and over and over again. And it's not going to be easy. It's going to feel weird. But if you have that idea in your head, especially placement wise, like sometimes when you're trying to learn new sounds and you know what you want a sound to sound like it might not sound like that when you get there. But for techniques and placements of techniques and stuff like this, like I had that idea and I wasn't able to do it at first, and then you practice it, because it's not like a new sound where you're not going to know what it's going to sound like. Like a combo like that, I know what I want it to sound like, and I know how I got to get there. It's just about practicing it, So the same thing could be said for the next part of the video, which is it's fucking crazy. This one is fucked up, dude. We're only 15 seconds in and I'm already explaining so much stuff. This is definitely my most technical out of all of these.
Level up.
Okay, that's ridiculous. So I talked about it in the other beat. But this is pretty much that technique on just super speed. It's just super speed. So we talked about it. Kick drum, sucker punch. So that's fucked up, but it's basically just that technique. Which is really just you got to practice it and get it to that speed and that consistency. There's no other secret to that but learning that combo and learning to make it consistent and that fast. So once again, I said this in the other for the other beat, but this one it's kick drum, sucker punch, release sucker punch, like that makes a sound, and close your mouth. And then another kick drum, and then a DK. And then, yeah, Ultra Instinct mode. Yeah, so that one, things like that, to me, in my personal opinion, it's like a beatbox illusion because you make it so fast that you don't understand what's happening in the combo anymore. But when you break it down, I'm doing the same grouping of sounds over and over again, just switching one sound each time that I do the grouping. So it's when you get it fast, it sounds fucking crazy because it becomes an illusion. It starts to become more of a complete sound, and then you mess with the dynamics of that complete sound. But when you break it down, quite simple. Quite simple. Some would even call it mediocre. Some people think that I'm washed up, all right? But I'm trying to teach my techniques, okay? Okay. Yep. Pretty crazy.
Level up.
Wow. I am the Spam Master 9000. Call me Mr. Spam. God damn it. Why do I keep doing that? You want some meat? Because I got some spam over here. Okay, so basically, yeah, at the end of all that, I say level up again, and then I do the same combo. Like I said, it's quite simple. It's just crazy because you're playing with the dynamic of it, but it's the same combo over and over again.
Level up.
So that's been explained. It's basically the same combo, just in different rhythms. And then for the lip bass part, that's a little tough. I just started doing that in the past like 2 years. Shout out to Decoy after his beat. And that's basically like just you need to control. You need to have an octave of your lip bass. So if you can go, you got to be able to move up a complete octave without breaking. is gonna make your lips tingle for sure the first couple times you do it. But so I do that, and then I just subtly move the pitch down. So I'm just moving the note down and moving it up an octave with it, you know? And then that K snare, I just do a K snare behind my lip. And then same combo, super spam mode, super fast. And the other thing with the lip bass is having different types of resonances with the same note. So I'm going, you know what I mean? And that's done. I've explained this before. It's like just saying different things or different consonants while doing lip bass. So like, or different stuff like that. And the last combo that I do is and that's the same one that I explained in the beginning, but classic 4 on the floor without the double kick. So you're basically just doing kick drum, breathe in, sip. Oh no, do I do a double one? Hold up. Am I confusing myself? Oh. Where are we at? So yeah, I still do a double one. Sorry, that was a little confusing there. So I still do triplet and then the next sound and then one extra sound. Sorry, that's not a triplet then, it's a quadruplet. Yeah, so it's I always substitute that first sound and then I end it out with a nice drum and bass outro. Same combos that I was using for the rest of the beat, stuff like that. But yeah, wow, that round is definitely super complicated. It took me a while to explain that, and I really had to think about it. So yeah, that was me versus Alexinho. Once again, if you guys got any questions, please feel free to ask in the chat. Feel free to ask anything. Next one is me versus Reeves. Reeves. Okay. Let me just check the chat, make sure we don't got any questions before I move on to the next one. Yeah, I kind of do, but I don't have that much stamina. Yeah, that's something that I didn't really mention in all of that is the breathing. Yeah, so you have to throw in little fills or little parts where you can get like some good breath in during that beat, or else yeah, you're gonna be fucked. So one way that I get breath in is that inward, that tooth lip roll. That's a completely inward combo. So that's a nice little breath in at the end of every one. Make it sound also effortless. It's just a lot of practice, and that's a part of the practice. Part of it is making it consistent. Because trust me, whenever I first started doing these things, or like these combos specifically, it was not nearly so effortless. You know, I've You got to make it so your mouth just remembers how to do it. It's almost like speaking another language. Like if you try to speak a perfect Japanese sentence, you can actually read it out like konki kotsu. Like you're not going to be able to say it perfectly until you practice it 15,000 times, and then you can say it with the perfect accent, with the right delivery. It just doesn't make sense at first. Even if you can read the words, you know how to read English characters and you can say it out loud. You're never going to say it right until you actually dive deep and, learn about the small little phonetics of language. Beatboxing is the same way. You really got to dive deep because it's a language, my friends. It is a language. Hey, Neil, just want to let you know that your Midwest 28 showcase was hella fire, and I think you should check it out, maybe experience with old routines. Yeah. I will have to check it out. I haven't watched it in a long time. Okay. Next battle.
What you gonna do if you don't exist?
Okay, now we're getting into some completely different. This is a completely different type of explanation. Wow. Okay. I feel like that one, it could have been cleaner. Okay. So this is this is getting pretty crazy, guys. So this one, it's 2 layers, and I haven't done this yet in any of my other rounds, so this is kind of a good place for me to explain it. Is like in a lot of my beats, I do percussion sounds that don't require breathing. So all of the percussion on that beat, other than the kick drum, I'm doing a powerful kick drum. Because I can do a better kick drum with the chest bass with breathing. But every other sound is just pressure in my mouth, and I'm not actually breathing for it. And that's why I'm able to do that constant cough snare and breathe in between every other part. So I'll do it without the cough snare. It's really hard without the cough snare, actually. Okay. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. It's everything is on the grid on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So okay. So that one. I'm doing a kick drum, and then I push out a little squeak in between my teeth. It's not a Kim squeak. And that's kind of like a kick drum and a cat call hi-hat. But you just want to make, like, I kind of fit my hi-hat into my lip. So it puts out a little squeak with it. And then it's like I'm doing a F, like I got that classic, like, bucktooth kid, like, look while I'm doing this. Like, hey guys, bucktooth Larry over here. No offense to Larry in the chat, but a little something like that. So it's kick drum, outward sound, and then I pull 2 in it. I pull 2 in, so it's something like that, but in your lips. And that's like it's with your top teeth and your bottom lip, and you're just doing like a all pressure, no breathing. So, and then you do the same thing, but with an F rather than the kick drum. And then this is the tough part. This is the whole technique in its own, is the spit snare with a. So basically, I think the only way that this is possible is to do your spit snare smaller. Like if you do the, doesn't make sense. I do my spit snare for this top lip over bottom lip, and then basically I complement the snare afterwards with 3 inwards. Collapse does this kind of techniques a lot too. So yeah. So the first 2, and then you repeat the first 2 again. And then the last one, this is also another technique that Collapse does, is it's doing you just kind of push like a little bit of air through your lips right after a kick drum with the tip of your tongue. Sounds like a little fart. And yeah, it gets a little complicated with consistency, obviously, because it's all very different sounds. But I will say that like combos like this do not happen. They don't typically come if you force it. I guess that's how I want to say it. Like, I wasn't out here randomly being like, okay, I want to put these sounds together. Like, a lot of these hi-hats they started off as like comfortability tools to fill in certain beats, you know? So like, it just fills in little parts. And then a whole beat structured out of these wasn't something that came day one. You know, a lot of these sounds took time to figure out what's the best way to get them to work together. So I think the most important thing, and this can be said for all of the different things that I'm teaching today, but especially for this one, is find the best way to make your sounds work together. Because for me personally, in the sound palette and the sound set that I choose to use, that's the best way for me to fill that space. And it might change. You know, there might be certain sounds that I come to learn in the future that it feel better or sound better, you know, in that range. I think the most important thing is to how you connect your sounds and how comfortable you are connecting your sounds like that. And then the cherry on top is doing the cough snare on top of it. So you can basically use that as your metronome. Shout out to D-Lock coming through with his first car. And what up, Rolana D-Hass? So yeah, shit. That's definitely a crazy fucking beat when you start to break it down. And then I have that one faster fill. So that one, it starts to get into the Kim squeak. Wow. So those are all different triplets. But they're all different ones. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So those are all different though. So I'll break down a couple of them. The most simple way to put this is kick drum, outward cat call, and then inward cat call. So that motion, you can capture a lot of different things. So like, yeah, you could substitute a lot of those different sounds. So you got kick drum, you could do kick drum Kim squeak, and then inward cat call. You could do F into F squeak cat call. They're not really cat call, it's more like suction. You can do kick drum into like tongue fart. I don't know what to call it. It's the sound that I called like a fart earlier. Into kiss. So that little fill, it's all of these different things put in a way that I can do it all. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else that sticks out for me. Yeah, and then you end with that nice spit snare at the end. Woo! Definitely complex. It's hard to explain. But I think I'm doing a all right job. All right, let's get into the next part. What you gonna do if you don't exist?
What you gonna do if you don't exist?
Something else I forgot to mention is, yeah, that chest bass. You gotta have that little bit of bass line if you're gonna be doing all these things, or at least whenever you drop it. It's always nice to have bass.
If you don't exist.
So that beat, classic one that I've done for the past couple of years. I don't know exactly how to explain that. It's not much different than what I did before. It's not much different than what I just did, but it's just a different timing. And it's not necessarily, but it's not that different. Like I said, I'm filling in those 16s. There's a sound happening in every 16. But that cough snare is on a polyrhythm, so you're following that, but in the trap flow. So fuck, I hope that's a good way to explain that. I mean, I don't know what else to say, because it's really digging deep into like, yeah, polyrhythms and what exactly is that polyrhythm. But I will say it's really about getting yourself to fill in those 16th notes clean and on time. My mic suppression is really high. Well, sorry about that, Black. Okay, so let's move into the next part of that beat. Yeah, it's hard to explain, but if going off of the way that I explained the first part, it's mainly the same types of combos. It's just a different way of filling in those 16s because you're doing the cough snare on the polyrhythm. I think that makes sense. How I just explained it. I think. Man, I'm such a nerd. Such a nerd for this. It's not talking when it's not cutting out when I'm talking. I can see my volume right now. It's not cutting out. I could see my volume. More like high and low volume. Okay, well, I'll just try to keep it nice, loud volume. I'll keep it loud, but I don't think it's that bad. You guys got to wear headphones. Put some headphones on. Damn it. Okay, let's move into the next part. Yeah, and then that part. That's a little tough. It's doing the polyrhythm that's happening and then filling the sound in with a drag. So yeah, all by itself it sounds like I'm having an aneurysm, but you do the cough snare and then the inward voice. Shout out to BMG. Well, there was people before GMG that did it, but he really took it to the next level. So it's cough snare, inward voice, and then outward push into the next cough snare. And then you gotta have those clean hi-hats on top. Woo! Like I said, for the last one that I did, some of these beats I only do when I'm really high energy. And these are those types of moments when I'm high energy because I have to be able to do these beats at their fucking level sometimes and not be out of Bloomer. Yeah, Bloomer does that. But he doesn't do it with the cough snare. BMG used to do it. Up real hip hop. Up real hip hop. He would do that shit. Bloomer just does it with his voice. Way different. Way different. Way different. It's completely different, dude. No, it's not completely different, but it is different. It's completely different. Don't compare me to Bloomer. I'm kidding. He's sick. Good friend of mine, actually. Actually, a pretty good friend of mine. We actually chill pretty often. All right. Let's get into the next part. Booda ba digga fee double digga fi double digga fa double digga boo double digga fee double digga fi double digga fa. One more time. Boo double digga fee double digga fi double digga fa double digga boo double digga fee double digga fi double digga fa. Boo double digga fee double digga fi double digga fa double digga boo double digga fee double digga fi double digga fa. One more time. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so that one I wish it was cleaner. To be real, I wish that was way cleaner. At the end there, because I'm just gonna explain the concept of what I'm trying to do, not necessarily like the beat pattern, because for me the concept didn't come through. Whatever. Okay, so basically that beat. So basically the concept of that, or the idea that came from that, is It's in the middle, in the side, and then deep in the corner. So this one is about being across the face. So first thing you got to get is that spit snare. You do a spit snare. I do mine top lip over bottom lip. And I really think that it's important to be able to do these kinds of techniques, to have a spit snare that serves these techniques, because I do 2 different spit snares for different reasons each. So you want to be able to do that spit snare, and then a front lip roll. And that first sound, come on, everybody could do that. And then you let it roll. And then you want to do that same thing in the side. Oh, no, there's another part. So you do and then you pull in a zipper right after. And you got to switch it. So rather than you go, you switch it to out first. And then I do 4. So the concept for this is the second part goes down. The kick and the snares, they stay the same. So yes. Let me explain it one more time. No, the reason that I did that is because one, Reeps one does throat bass, and it's kind of the same rhythm. So you got that one. And that low lip roll, it's yeah. And I think that's all I do for that round. There's a couple other and I think I've kind of explained the technique behind those different things, and that's using your voice, a little bit of stuff like that. But yeah, basically that's it. Moving on. I love it when you say stuff that makes sense. In contrast to what? Stuff that I say that doesn't fucking mean anything. Okay, last round. Vocoder versus... Whoa, mama. Vocoder versus Palm. This is the only round that I went second. Okay, this one... So that's just doing chest bass with a voice. So I put voice, take away the voice. look at this. So this whole entire time we've been doing top lip over bottom lip snares. Check it out. This is a different type of beat, whole different type of drum kit. So I use the different type of spit snare. You see what I mean? There is utility to these snares. There's utility and reasons to switching the snares. I don't just do it because it feels good. I do it because it's necessary for the beat itself. So for this one, I do a different one. I'll tell you why in a second. Okay, one at a time before I get into the other combo. That's the same exact combo we've been talking about. But this one, I switch it up a little bit. I only do one combination of it, where usually I spam it. So for this one, it's fuck, what do I do? I forget. Fuck. I already forget what I did. This one was kind of free. So we learned that. We learned that already. If you were paying attention earlier, you've already got the breakdown for that. So, and then I do a spit snare with the cough snare on top of it. And then the other part of it, 3 sounds: kick drum, sucker punch, release, sucker punch. Okay, and then to the next part. That's a pretty simple combo. It's actually the same exact one that we were learning earlier for it's kick drum, outward K, hollow click with a K snare, not just pull your K snare back with it, and then a cough snare right after. And then you basically want to be able to get 2 cough snares. And for some reason, the way that opening your throat like this and the motion of this, for me, and I think for pretty much everybody, I don't see why it'd be different. You can do 2 pretty easily. Now, you really got to push a little bit from your diaphragm. So you can substitute that first kick drum, obviously. So the weird thing with this that you want to get is getting your second cough snare to be on the timing of the snare. You can do both. Or you can have the first cough snare be the timing of the snare, but I really like the way that this sounds, having your second cough snare, so it's you know what I mean? Not that's doing 3. Yeah. You want to make sure that that second cough snare is just boom on the beat. And then I switch it up a little bit and I do so that's me once again switching up the type of spit snare. So for that one I do top lip over bottom lip. And then I do, so it's still a double cough snare, just and because I'm doing that one with just through my nose, I can do keep going.
Messing with the wrong
And now this is like a little bit of messing up on the timing, but I just kept it going. I was rushing, messing with the wrong motherfucker. Okay, so this one, it takes a fair bit of pressure. And I will say, doing this with a microphone for me, like a handheld mic like this, is way easier. Like, I would have done probably better techniques and like a couple different things if I had a handheld mic in that battle, but we were just doing it like this. So that's basically, you got to get that low lip roll with a little bit of and then it's easier because you're compressing the amount of air that it takes to make your lips vibrate. Like, I can pull back less pressure in the mic than I do acoustically. Like, as soon as I pull the mic away, the lip roll stops because it's such an easy one. Yeah, it's crazy, the physics of it. Like, yeah, sub bass lip rolls for sure are way easier. But anyways, let's get back to the beat. So you gotta pull back that, and then you're just doing that kick, that initial kick, lip roll kick, all suction and all on time. Wow. And then I do two different types of like inward TKs with the lip roll. So it goes from, that's me going like the inward lip roll kick, and then I do an inward K back here. So it's a pretty cool sound on its own. Wow. Wow, I'm learning new sounds live on the stream. But basically it's the inward D and then a K. And then there's another one where you could do it like that too. So there's a couple different ways to fill in those 16th notes. So a bunch of, and then you could TK it. Yeah. Okay, and then the last part. We learned those fills already in the other beat. So there's just all those different triplets with the squeaky sounds, non-breathy sounds. Stuff like that. Same thing. So you go from that into Look, guys, I already taught you this. It was in the first one that we learned. So it's the inward lip roll, and then the outward, and then an extra outward, pushing your tongue through the pushing your tongue. Did you ever tell me that? No, you never compliment me. You never give me compliments. You're always just hard on me, Rolana. No, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, and I'm glad to help you learn more about beatboxing. The way I explain things is very literal and very just a practical way of learning things, you know. So yeah. So basically, for that last part. Yeah, and then you got to pull in that lip roll with the K snare and with the bass. Woo. And then I'd pretty much just do the techniques at the end that I've already explained. And guys, that is all 5 rounds of my Space Time and Legends battles. Would you look at that? This actually took me an hour and a half to explain all of those different things. And that's like 20 minutes per beat. Wow. Talk about a breakdown, guys. What about that other sound that you do? Not lip rolls and stuff. What you mean? What you mean? What else do I do in the end of that round? And that's the classic combo that we learned in almost every single beat that we did so far. So yeah, guys, I think that's about everything that that I did in the space-time battle. So yeah, I'm glad that you guys, stuck around and were asking questions and super, engaged in the whole conversation. Y'all are the best for that. I hope that you learned something new today. Put your hand up if you learned something new. Tell me what you can do that you weren't able to do before today's stream. Tell me. Say it out loud. If you don't say it out loud, then it didn't happen, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me. Rolana Dehas, tell us. Beatbox, there you go. I could do almost all, but definitely improved them. Wow, that's awesome. I don't know. Some fillers, amazing. Come on, guys. You're in class. This is 4th period beatbox class. Come on, you're almost at the end of your day. I know some of you guys want to go home, but you got to tell us what you learned. Come on, guys. TKs with lip rolls, that's something new I figured. Yes, sick. See, a lot of the stuff that I do, nothing, I'm a non-beatboxer. Well, what the hell? Well, you learned how to communicate with beatboxers better, if anything. You can't walk away with nothing. Using inward TKs with different mouth positions is a revelation to me. Sick. Sucker punch combos, you got them? That's sick. Theoretically a lot in practice, but not a great deal, but there's time to practice. Yes, do not rush anything, guys. Don't rush any of these. You can go back and watch this video and practice and listen, but don't rush any of these things because Sucker punch combos, I'm really bad at them. Thank you for sharing them with us. Hell yeah. The extra squeak after the out lip roll. Yep, there you go. Inward drags, there you go. These things you did, I can actually do so I don't feel useless. I can't do bass and such. Haha. Can't is not a word in this live stream. We don't say the C word. We don't. Especially in the live streams where we're learning new things. Can't is a banned word. Nobody can't. Okay? Nobody's can't. What? FFS mean? Is Napalm ever going to learn any more bass? Never. I never knew that's what that meant, for fuck's sake. I've never known that. I thought it was just like F in the chat, but like FFS, like F's. That's what I always thought that meant. Verlana, how old are you? Aren't you older than I am? Fucking bitch. I'm just kidding. Shout out to Rolanda. She's just a beatbox helper, organizing things, and she's behind the curtains, helping out a lot of people, do a lot of things. So that's my favorite kind of person. You don't talk too much. My birthday is in a week and a half. I'm going to be turning 25. So I'm hype. I'm going to have a birthday. Behind the curtains? What the hell else am I supposed to say? Behind the scenes? The same shit. The same metaphor. The same exact metaphor. Because the metaphor is born from behind the scenes of a Broadway show, which is the same exact thing as saying behind the curtain. Behind the curtains and behind the scenes is different. Okay, well, especially when you're from Amsterdam, I got you. Yeah, like red light district. Okay.
Boom, boom, clap. What you heard about clap when I walk into the room with that booty type rap? Boom, boom, hiss. What you heard about this when I walk into the room with the booty type shit?
That sounds fucking crazy. It's hard to keep that consistent with the way that I just had that. Okie dokie. Well, yep. Thank you guys so much for joining me in this live stream. I think that we are about to sign out of here. So on that note, boom, boom. You already know. Napalm out here. Napalm music. Shout out to all you guys joining in the stream, learning something new with me. You got to learn something new every day. If you don't learn something new every day, then what are you doing with your life? So, basically, hopefully, I don't know where Void went in the chat, this dude Void, but basically, I'm going to be posting these videos a little later on. So if you guys want to go back and watch it, I'll be posting each individual one. I think that's a great idea, and it'll serve the community, and people can go back and learn from me. But until then, until that day, y'all are the absolute best. All of you. This is original Napalm music. This is what we make on the daily. This is who we are. Yeah, I'm back again. Coming back, get that plaque again. No, you didn't know that I could rap my friend. Oh no, wait a minute. No, I'm too humble. It doesn't mean that much to me. It mean that much to you. So let's talk about it. Put your headphones in a rock about it. Put too much goddamn thought around it. Think too much about how it could have sounded, but fuck it. I'm the prodigy. In my world, everybody follows me. I rock my own body for Halloween, and I don't even feel that sorry. See, no. King of the jungle, wanna challenge me, cause I was made to rumble. You gotta pay my fee, cause I was born to hustle. No, you don't believe it, cause I got the muscle. Then maybe, yeah, we can tussle when I rap. You see, you know, I don't mumble. No, sorry, Kendrick, bitch, I'm too humble. Wait a minute. Boom, boom, clap, clap in the back. Everybody wanna get the smack back. Boom, boom. I got music on the way, guys. I just released Faceless, and that is just the beginning of my producing journey. I'm going to be working with rappers, working with different people. Yeah. But yeah, guys, peace out. Thanks for joining me. Stay tuned for more fun stuff in the future.